Hello, and welcome back to part 3 of our City Council episode of That's So Auburn. I'm Nancy Backus, Mayor of the City of Auburn, and I am excited to wrap up this final conversation with Councilmembers Tracy Taylor and Hanan Amer, both of whom joined the council early last year, actually January of last year. Councilmember Taylor was a 6-time Emmy-nominated and Edward R. Murrow TV radio reporter in the Seattle market for over 2 decades before transitioning to government work. She now serves as a community engagement specialist in the city of Kent, bringing her wealth of experience and community-driven spirit to her current role. And that's Tracy's dedication to community is so evident as the vice president of the Seattle Animal Shelter Foundation, volunteer and foster family with Hearts for Doxies Dog Rescue. I've seen some of those cute little guys. And former City of Auburn Arts Commissioner. In addition to her community service, Tracy is a devoted bonus mom to her 17-year-old daughter and a loving wife to her husband, Kyle. Now, I didn't say anything about all of the cute doxies that you have at your home.
Too many.
Well, we won't go into that.
No.
I mean, how do you define too many when you have so much love for pets,
it's
right?
Chaos.
Okay, well, maybe that's when you define it as too many.
Yes.
And Councilmember Amer was born in Oklahoma and raised in Benghazi, Libya. She holds a bachelor's degree in chemistry from Benghazi University and works as an engineer at the Boeing Company. In 2008, Hanan married her husband, who has been a resident of Auburn since the 1990s. They raised their children in this beautiful community, both of whom graduated from Auburn High School. Yay, go Trojans. I am Trojan alum as well. Hanan graduated from the CERT, the Community Emergency Response Team program, in 2014 and is a proud lifelong member of Girl Scouts. In 2023, she was honored with her 35-year volunteer pin as a Girl Scout Girl Guide and received the Girl Scout Honor Pin for outstanding service in Girl Scouts of Western Washington. That's quite a mouthful, but I know it's quite an accomplishment, too. She also earned the Bronze and Gold President's Service Volunteer Awards for her dedication to volunteering with the Girl Scouts and United Way of King County. Now, there's a lot more that we're going to say about each of them, believe me. So instead, why don't we just get right to our conversation? Ladies, how do you feel about that?
Let's go.
All right.
I'm ready.
All right. Welcome, council members. It's good to have you on the show today. Last but not least, of course, but I think we're going to have a great time today.
Okay.
All right. Are we in for this?
Absolutely.
I'm happy to be with 2 former Girl Scouts.
Yes, I was. I did my time selling those cookies.
Same.
But, back when I was a Girl Scout, we could sell door to door.
Exactly.
And so we got our steps in, right? There was none of this internet stuff where you put it out on social media and all of a sudden you've sold 500 cases.
Right.
Every one of those boxes.
They were earned.
They were earned. I went door to door with those.
Do you remember how much they were?
Oh, they were only $1 or $2 a box. Yes, I'm that old.
No,
I
you're
am
not that old
old
now. Come on.
I was a brownie, and so yes, and the cookies were in bigger boxes,
Yes,
right?
they were.
The cookies were bigger. But yeah, they were only $1 or $2, I think.
Yeah, mine, I think if I remember correctly, it was like $2.50 a box. Yeah.
Now $6.
I know.
And you didn't even bring any for us
Yeah,
today.
nice job.
Oh my gosh. All right. Well, we're going to expect some in the future. All right. So let's get into some of the questions that I have and quit making ourselves hungry talking about Girl Scout cookies. But I will ask at some point what's your favorite. I'll do it right now.
Okay.
What's your favorite Girl Scout cookie?
Thin Mint and Doxies Dog.
Oh, okay. The Doxies Dog, those are peanut butter.
Correct.
Yes.
Sandwich.
Yes.
I am a coconut girly. And so I do appreciate a good Samoa. The Thin Mints, I can't get down, even though I like peppermint. I just I can't do it. But the caramel and the coconut, I'm all for it.
Yeah, so those are both my favorites. The Thin Mints, because you put them in the freezer.
Oh, yeah.
So good out of the freezer, if they last long enough at my house. And the Samoans. I love those too. So I know there are a lot of different types out there, and I encourage you to try them all because it's for the girls. Well, are there Boys and Girl Scouts now?
No.
No, they're still not. Okay. The Boy Scouts have
Any person
girls.
identified as a girl.
Okay.
So
Okay. Beautiful.
Yeah.
All right. So let's start at the beginning. I've asked this question of some of our other council members. And Hanan, I'll start with you. Why did you get into politics?
wow. As you mentioned.
I know. We're going to start right in.
Heavy hitting. All right, Mayor, let's go.
I gave you the easy one with your favorite Girl Scout
Girl
cookie.
Scout
And now we're
cookie.
getting into the hard-hitting stuff.
So first, when I started as volunteer, I thought this is kind of extra step to move up my volunteer. I believe like it's good to be in the table to make decision. And second, I want every voice to be heard, and they feel like that will allow other people to see like if when I'm try to inspire girls to see someone like me with accent. It's Oklahoma accent, hijab.
An Oklahoma accent and a hijab. Yes.
Love it.
So all I want to make Auburn better for all residents.
Wonderful.
That's why.
Yeah.
Tracy, how about you?
I think a lot of the reason why I decided to jump into politics was more so along the lines of being a voice of change. I have an 18-year-old daughter who I want to see grow and excel and succeed. But I think, when you shove them off to college, you want them to come back, right? And so
Right.
you want them to come back to the city where you established roots in. And you want to make it better for them. So I look at her and say, okay, what can I do now to invoke some change? So when she graduates college, she wants to set down roots here and continue to grow and thrive in Auburn. So that's a lot of the reason.
Nice. So do either of you or both of you remember that moment when you made that decision, when you were all in and you were going to be running? Do you remember that?
Yeah. Panic. When you hit go, when you register to run.
This is filing week
Yes.
for King County.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
And when you hit submit, it was like,
Yeah.
what did I just do?
Done it now.
Yep.
How about you, Hanan?
Oh, I still remember it. Like it's scary.
It is scary.
And they give you option till Monday to drop off.
But you don't get your filing fee back.
No,
if you drop
that's
out.
true.
Yes.
But I'm not quitter, so all the time.
There you go.
I call anything opportunity for growth. So.
I love it. I love it. All right. So I think I kind of know this about both of you, but I don't know that our listeners do. How long have each of you lived in Auburn? And then why Auburn?
Where do you want to start? You should start.
Oh, for me, wow. So my husband lived here like from 1990.
Yeah.
So I had no option. I married to him.
If you want to stay married, you're going to live in Auburn.
So I did the math. Now I've been living in Auburn for 17 years. My husband, he was live up north. At the time, he was who flew over Auburn for touch and go. And he loved Auburn.
What's not to love?
Huh.
So I love it. When I move here, I think I will never, I'm still love it. I don't think there is another place like Auburn, or I will choose different city.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I think we moved here. So my husband and I have been married for 13 years, and we lived all South King County through our marriage. So we were at one point, we were in Maple Valley, and then we went to Covington. And then, obviously the years of me doing TV reporting, I always found myself in love with this city. And I'm like, when we decided to leave Covington and move further south into King County, I'm like, let's look in Auburn. And we fell in love, like legitimately. It was like 2020. It was right at the start of the pandemic.
Oh, boy.
And It was just before everything started to shut down, and we just fell in love with the downtown. We fell in love with the sunbreak, and then
and now the Happy Crab.
Yes, and now Happy Crab. So I mean, everything about this city was calling our name at the very start of the pandemic, and so that's why we decided to pick up and move here.
Do you know, if you go to the White Museum, you'll find information. Auburn's in the middle, exactly has the distance between Seattle and Olympia. That's what they say. Try to do the math. Will be.
Wait, I should know this. That's
Everett. I mean Everett.
Okay,
Everett. Sorry.
Wait.
Everett.
No.
From Seattle to
no,
Everett?
from Auburn. I'm taking back.
Let's
Auburn,
try this
same
again.
distance. I'm trying it again. Do you know that Auburn has same distance from here to Everett and from Auburn to Olympia?
Oh, Olympia.
Okay.
Now
Yes.
that makes sense.
That I buy.
Yeah.
That
Sorry,
I buy.
I made a mistake.
Yeah. We're almost equidistant between Seattle and Tacoma as well.
Yeah.
We are a really great stop right in between.
Between Seattle and
Yes.
that's correct.
We have way more to offer.
We do. Housing prices are more affordable. We have great coffee places. We have great people in Auburn.
Agreed.
And
Yes.
we have that the Sounder.
And the Sounder. That's right. You can get to Tacoma or Seattle on the Sounder. You can, on the Sounder, I think you might even be able to get further north than that.
Northgate.
Yes, Northgate. On the Sounder?
Yep. Oh, on the Sounder? No, I'm thinking
Sounder
light
goes
rail.
up even-
Sounder goes to
I should know this. I'm on the board.
Sounder goes right to the right by the stadiums.
Yes.
And then you can jump the light rail.
But it goes further north, I believe, as well, because there is a Sounder train that heads north from the station in Seattle. So I think it may go up to Everett as well.
Nice.
Maybe.
Yeah. That's great.
I should know that. I don't tell anybody that I couldn't tell you exactly
It's okay,
where it was.
Mayor. Secret.
There's a lot that goes on at Sound Transit. We are in such a growth pattern right now that I sometimes feel like they owe me a paycheck.
Well, as much work as you do with them, possibly yes.
Yes.
So Sound Transit, if you're listening, you can send it to City Hall. We'll be great with that. All right. So here's one of my favorite questions, and I've asked the other council members: what gets you out of bed in the morning? Don't say an alarm clock or your puppies, but your why. What is your why about the work that you do, the political work that you do? Because this can be a thankless job that you have, and the pay, while you do get paid for it, you're not going to get rich off of it. So what is your why?
I'll go ahead and take this one first. My why, I think more so, is to be that change. Make our city better, continue to grow, continue to thrive. Plus, I love connecting with our community. And I think that's a lot of the reason why I just love getting out of bed and like, what can I do for Auburn today?
I love it.
So that's a lot of the reason.
And sometimes that means reading over 100 pages for a council meeting.
Yes.
And I referenced in one of the other segments that final council meeting in December, it was over 5,000 pages. And I can attest that I did not read every page in that packet, but we had read every page because all of that data and information had been brought to us in different forms over the last 3 months. But to read over 5,000 pages for 1 week, that was a lot.
Was less than 1 week. Why? I love serving the community. I love my job. Besides, I get sometimes phone calls at 5:30. So, but I love to be part in the community. I love to read, to make decision. Sometimes we make hard decision, and that's one of my reasons to wake up to come either to the city or volunteering somewhere.
Yeah, because you were part of the police volunteers for quite a while as well, weren't you?
13 years.
13 years.
Really?
And tax
something new.
prepare volunteer for 10 years.
That's right, a tax preparer, yes.
So numbers.
Numbers you love numbers. I love numbers.
I love numbers. It's like yoga to the brain.
Oh, I've never heard it put that way.
That is brilliant.
I will use that one in the future. It's like yoga for your brain.
Because you'll be more focused in numbers, so you clear your brain to be focused.
I thought you meant it was all twisted and contorted.
I like that one
That's
better.
what numbers will do sometimes.
Twisted. You need to be focused. You need to be quiet.
Yes.
All this going with, and you come fresh. I feel like when you read numbers and you try with all these numbers, I'm talking to you were manager account.
I was a finance manager, yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
So you know the feeling. You be focused on it. Your brain will be, all the cells will be working. Get tired, then
Yeah, there's nothing like a good spreadsheet. I'll tell you.
You guys are sick. See, now you like numbers. I, on the other hand, like storytelling. That's my thing.
That's why you were in the role that you were in for so long and still continue. Both of you, you get to work with numbers on the council. You get to do the storytelling and be part of the story that's told for our city.
Yeah.
So we're still in the jobs that we should be in, I think.
I agree.
All right. So next, I love the answers that I've heard to this one so far too. So Tracy, do you have a particularly favorite day so far?
Is in office
As a council
as a
member,
council
yes.
member. Gosh, one day I can't pin one day. Because we have all made some amazing memories on this council. I mean, especially having 4 new council members in this last year. I think some of my favorite moments were the day that all of us were sworn in. So that was one of my favorite days. I just the feeling of,
You had no idea what was coming your way at that point in
not at
time.
all. But I think the feeling of is, I'm here because you wanted me here. And so now it's my turn to show you that I can do this for you. But another one of my favorite moments was when we were all in Washington, D.C., and we were all having dinner together. And it was, at the time, Deputy Mayor Larry Brown, it was Hanan, it was Clinton, it was Kate. Yeah, I mean, we were all just sitting down to dinner and we were all just kind of talking about what 2024 was going to look like for Auburn. And boy, did we make that happen.
Yes.
So, yeah.
It was a good time.
It was a great time.
And for those who are worried about open public meetings, we had noticed
Yes, we did.
that all council members would be together in Washington, D.C. for the National League of Cities.
Yep.
So we were good. Yep. We were not doing anything out of process. So Hanan, what has been your favorite day so far?
As Tracy said, the swearing, this was I couldn't believe it. And second, it's hard for me to choose one day. I think maybe if I want to select one day, Veteran Day Parade.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Because all the time I was watching from the side.
And this past year, 2024, was your first time for both of you to be in the parade, I believe.
Yep.
Yes.
So how did that make you feel?
Wow. It feels like, I think when we walk and you can see the excitement and some
And all of the military veterans?
Yes. It feels something I will still do it.
Yeah.
I'm looking for it next year.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. It is great. And people line up so early in the morning to get a good spot on Main Street to watch that parade. And in the past, people have said, oh, how do you do it when it's pouring down rain? Why are you walking when it's pouring down rain? And my comment has always been, it is a small price to pay my respects to all of the veterans who have fought so hard and who have gone through so much worse than a little bit of rain to protect the freedoms that our country has.
Well said, Mayor.
Thank you. Thank you.
So can I turn the table real quick and ask you, what's your favorite? I mean, for the years that you have been mayor, council member, you've got to have 1 to 25,000 moments, maybe.
So many moments that I'm proud of for our community. Gosh, it is. I shouldn't have asked that question because it's a hard one to answer, but I have to tell you that maybe the entire year of 2020 While that sounds really odd because remember we had this thing called COVID, I was so proud of the work that our entire team did. Remember, we went from we had a finance retreat for council, our new council members at that time, but for the entire council and the directors, we had a 2-day finance retreat, March 5th and 6th. And I had to make a decision that day as to whether we were going to keep the opening of the community theater for the youth community theater. And I think it was Madeline that was going to be opening. And we had all of the grandparents coming and all of the parents. So imagine trying to make a decision, right? We didn't have a great deal of information yet, but I had to make the decision to shut down that production. Oh, I got some really unhappy parents, right, calling. I even got a video of one young lady crying on video telling me that I had to keep the production going because it was just that important. And I thought, if this is really as bad as they're saying it is or it's going to be, I don't want all of these people sitting in close proximity to one another, especially grandparents, right? Yeah. So I made the decision to shut down the production. And within a week or so, I had made the decision to shut down City Hall and the buildings, all of our city buildings, and send everyone home for work. Everyone except our amazing police department and our amazing maintenance and operations teams, both in parks and public works. So I'm really proud of the pivot that was made, right? In very short order, our IT director, I will say in infinite wisdom, but it was luck. Some of it was luck, but had ordered all of these surfaces to replace desktops. And so those were in. And so we were able to distribute those out so people could work from home very quickly. There were some bumps and bruises and some challenges along the way, but we were able to pivot, keep everyone safe, and we kept the city moving, especially for that week or two that everybody was supposed to stay home. I was still in the office every day.
I would imagine.
I was at City Hall every day that year. But I was just so proud of how everyone worked together. Council came on remotely. I would sit in council chambers with our city clerk and a city attorney, and we would operate the meeting. Oh, and Jason was there too. He was always, making sure that we were being recorded. And I'm just really proud of how our team all came together to make sure that we were still providing the services that we needed to provide while keeping everyone safe. So that's a really proud but challenging year for me. So I think that was it. A long story for a very short question, but thanks for asking.
Of course. I love to hear that.
Okay, now on the other side.
Okay.
How about a particularly difficult day that you've had? Hanan, how about you go first on that one?
Sometimes I don't have difficult days or day specific, but sometimes it was learning curve. That we are different. Decision will be, people make their decision different. Not everybody will remove themselves from the equation. But you learn to listen and accept, and the majority vote will go.
Sure.
Good.
I like that answer. Yeah.
Very good.
Tough day. I think we've all had our fair share in 2024 of a couple of tough days. Especially when we are all collectively trying to do what's best for the city. And like Hanan said, we're not all going to agree on a lot of things, but we will collectively agree that we are going to do what's right for the city. I think, though, when it comes down to it, one of my most challenging days was when we heard from the directors during the budget process. Mm-hmm. And some of the things that they were asking for, and some of that was a tough one, because sitting back and listening to the needs, but then also putting the city forward. But we ultimately found a way that we could make it all work.
Right.
And so,
And
adding 10 more police officers
That's amazing.
to our department.
Yeah.
And can I add something? Visiting the public work location, it was opening eyes. All these hard workers who work during COVID, they don't have good bathroom, which we were so happy to pass the budget, hopefully, for new building.
Yes.
Love it.
Very good. All right. So moving on. Tracy, your career has led you from news media to community engagement and municipal government. So how does the former inform the latter?
Wow. That's such a great question. So I think ultimately what it comes back to is that storytelling. You know, I spent a lot of years, you know, in front of a camera and a microphone asking people about their lives. And now taking some of the information that you learned from their lives and then bringing it into the municipal side of things, saying, well, what may work for one may not work for the other. So let's find something in the middle that will work for everyone together. I think that helps a lot. But on the community engagement side, I am not one to shy away from a crowd. So I will go out and I will talk to anybody and everybody. I think that's why Hanan and I align very well, because we are not afraid to talk to anybody. We will go out there and do that. So I think that's kind of ultimately what it comes down to.
I love that. Love that. And Hanan, how on earth do you balance a career as a Boeing engineer? I sometimes say that you are a rocket scientist.
She is.
Yeah. And how do you balance that career as a Boeing engineer and an Auburn City Council member?
One thing they have to give a credit to the Boeing company, it's allowed flexibility.
Yes.
That's blessing. Besides, I have good team. I'm trying to balance. I can't say fancy word like try to balance time management. I have 3 calendar, but I love.
Do you have 3 phones?
Yes.
Yes. I know, Tracy, you
I
do too.
do.
Yes.
Yeah.
3
I
phones,
used
3
to.
calendars.
Yes.
Like you try to make sure they're connected together, because I'm still volunteer with Girl Scout. But
Wait, you have time for a private life too?
Yeah, weird. How does that work?
How does that work?
Yeah, we'll be surprised when you find weekend you have nothing. Like, wow.
Don't tell anybody.
Yeah, exactly.
It'll get eaten up very quickly.
Yeah, so loving. You see, I'm with 2 amazing lady. They have same love of the city, and you were able to do that. So I'm glad I can.
I think we are very blessed to be serving this community and the gifts that we have been given in order to do so. Yeah. All right. So here's one for you. Are there any leaders, politicians, or otherwise you look up to now or you looked up to while you were growing up?
Well,
I'll defer to you first.
yes, this question would take me a lot of time. So you know that I moved here in 2028. I didn't have a friend.
Not
who was-
2028.
I was like, excuse me?
I'm sorry.
You're back. Let's go back to the future
2008.
here.
Sorry.
Get that DeLorean ready.
Yeah.
I moved here 2008. I came from community, friend, big family, tribe, so not going there. I was like lonely and start making friends. I still remember council member who came to speak to the volunteer about the council job at the time. Then slowly she became the mayor. So when you know,
Oh, look at that.
so you know,
Oh.
like you can imagine someone like me who from different country, you being volunteer and you see the mayor come talk to you, create diversity, community at the time when time was tough for minority. Then you feel like, oh, so thank
You're so
you.
sweet. Thank you.
It's a fact.
Thank you.
So is that, I love that.
It's a fact.
So
he came to
sweet.
talk to us. I
Was
think.
this in high
I
school?
remember. No.
No, She came
Well, I was a council member.
when she was a council member.
So that was like 4 years ago. No, just kidding.
We're not doing math.
That was about 12 years ago. Few gray hairs away earlier.
Or do the math like me, 2028.
2028. I'll put it on my calendar.
Listen, Doc Brown is ready to go. Mayor, I will say this. I mean, I think for the 20 plus years as a journalist and being able to talk to a lot of different electeds, whether it be King County Council or whether it be small municipalities, I think the one thing that always comes back, and these are the four people that stick out in my mind that I worked with a lot during my time as a reporter. Pete von Reichbauer, Councilmember Pete von Reichbauer. Love him, respect him, and the work that he does in our communities is remarkable. I appreciate him so much. Again, because you and I have spent a lot of time working together. Yeah. Again, Mayor Dana Ralph also.
Yes,
and
my buddy Dana.
Yeah, she's great too. She's taught a lot. I've been on both sides of the coin with her. Sometimes the harder stories, and sometimes now I'm blessed that I get to work with her. So I'm happy about that. But altogether, it's a lot of female power. That really inspired me. And who really made me change the way that I thought about local politics.
Yes.
So, yeah.
There was a time when all up and down the I-5 corridor, all of the larger cities, I think, had female mayors.
Oh, I really?
From Everett down to Tacoma.
Oh, my gosh. Wow. That's great.
Yes. So Seattle at the time, right? Jenny Durkin.
Oh, Jenny Durkin. Yeah, I forgot.
Dana was in. I was in. Victoria Woodard's in Tacoma. So yeah, we had a pretty good sorority going.
Yeah,
and there's still a lot of female mayors, and honestly, I do think that it brings a different perspective to the office.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. All right, so now this one should be an easy one for you, except you probably have a lot of different places. But what's your favorite place? It could be a cafe, a brewery, a restaurant, a store. What place in Auburn? And then tell me why.
I'm going to let you go.
Okay, I would go. It's hard to select.
It is.
It is very, I know, there's quite a few.
But I would select Zola Cafe.
Zola's.
Oh,
I love Zola Cafe. It's community. And when we were volunteer in police, we usually will have our volunteer party there.
Ah.
Oh, that's
And
cool.
they have nice food, too.
They do.
I
They
hope-
have gluten-free, vegan.
And I hope they will extend their time. Yeah. So I select Zola.
Nice. I have a handful. I do enjoy Zola's just for casual coffee and whatnot, meeting up with friends. PNW coffee. I have a really terrible addiction to coffee.
I see you with a coffee cup quite often.
All the time. Yeah. I think this is pretty much running through my veins at every moment of the day. Yeah, so PNW coffee is great. My husband's a huge fan of Happy Crab now, so that's great too.
I tried some of their food. I have not been in, but Emerson brought some of the jambalaya back.
Ooh.
Oh my gosh, that is so good. I can't wait to get my husband into the restaurant itself. It was delicious.
Mm-hmm. And then following, I guess, coming off of the food, I love a good thrift. I am a girl of a good thrift. Thrift on Main is probably one of my favorite little hidden gems. They always have some really great buys for some great, it's just, I found some great bags in there, like handbags and whatnot. And I love a good vintage anything. So like I'm known for my red trench coat, and that is my mom's from when she was in college.
Oh, I did not know that.
Yes. And so that is I like to call it my power trench because it channels my mom when she was in college. And she was not a drumette. Wasn't when they throw the baton. Isn't that what that's called? What is that called?
Drum majorette? No.
Majorette, maybe?
Just the baton twirler.
Yeah, that's exactly. And she was known all through high school and college with her red trench for that too. So yeah. So I channel my mom when I wear that.
Yes, and the power that goes along with that.
I love it. It's my favorite coat that I own.
And everybody like it.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Thank you.
Okay, so I've done a lot of the asking, and I know you've asked a few things along the way, but do either of you have any questions for me?
I do. Or do you want to go first, though?
What advice you'll give us if we ask you to advise us?
You know, I would say there are going to be a lot of different personalities that you have to work with. And you're not always going to agree, and you're probably not always even going to like everyone that you have to work with. But when you consider the bigger picture of why am I here, right? If you go back to what's your why, your thought should be, how can I make this work? What can I do to make sure that while we're working together, we're doing whatever it is for the best of the people that we're serving?
Thank you.
That's such a great response for that one. So, Mayor, we've talked about a lot of the things that, that stand out in your mind, 2020 being one of them. Mm-hmm. If there was one thing that you could tell, if you could go back 12 years ago and tell your future self, what exactly would you tell them?
When I came into office, we were out of the recession, the Great Recession. And I had been told by a former council member, John Holman, he goes, Nancy, you are going to be seen as the building mayor. You're coming in at a time when the city needs to be rebuilt, and you are going to be the one that's the building mayor. I thought, okay, I can handle that. I like that idea, to be able to point and go, that was here, or that wasn't here, and now it is, and look at the great things that are offered. People living downtown, all of that makes me very proud. But what I would have told myself back then is, you're in for a lot of challenges with substance use disorder and homelessness. Mm-hmm. Those weren't on my radar when I started, but they quickly, the whole nation, right, was drug addiction, substance use disorder, all of the different drugs. It was meth, I think, when I first came into office, and then it went to heroin, and then fentanyl, which is the worst of them all, and homelessness. So while there has been some significant building going on in the city, there has also been a significant amount of work and money that has been focused on human services. And I am really proud of last year in 2024, our human services team, led by Kent Hay, the anti-homelessness team, had, I believe, 472 unique interactions with individuals, and they housed 205 of them.
That's amazing.
So it is amazing, right? Just knowing that there are humans, and I don't believe anyone is a throwaway. I believe every human has value. I may not agree with the decisions that they've made, or may have some significant philosophical differences, but no one is a throwaway. And to know that our team, Kent and Drew and Patty and Christina and Jody, are working on making sure that every human being in our community, because if you are in our community, you are a member of our community, we want you here. The philosophy, though, is we have all of these services to provide for you. But if you're not interested in taking those, Auburn may not be the place for you, because we do believe in compassion, accountability, and community. You have to have compassion, but without accountability, there absolutely is no community. So I think that would be it. I would tell myself all of those things, and maybe we couldn't head any of it off, because we're talking about people, we're talking about humans, but maybe I would have been a little bit more ready for it. But
sure.
I'm proud of the work that we've done in this city.
Okay, can I follow up?
Sure.
Okay. Can you give us, because we're only just a couple weeks away to your 2025 State of the City address, can we get a little nugget or two? Can you just tell us a little bit? Because that's the one thing I actually look forward to, is to hear her vision for 2025.
Thank you. Yeah. Well, it is going to be more vision than anything else. I had a good friend of mine, Kathy, say, I love coming to your State of the City, but we always hear about what you did last year.
Mm-hmm.
I want to hear more about what's coming in the future.
Nice.
And so we did that last year, and people seemed to respond well to that. So we're going to do the same thing this year.
Okay.
So there will be some great videos. Jonathan and Jason and team have been out shooting some great video with some of the business owners, small business owners in the community, as well as some of our employees, Team Auburn members. So you're going to have to come to watch it February 26th at the Muckleshoot Muckleshoot Event Center. And it's free. You just need to register. And I think it will be a great time. I hope that you come and you are proud once. You're proud as you walk through the door about the community, the city that we have, but you are excited and willing to be involved when we're finished.
I love it. It's one thing I look forward to every year.
Thank you very much. Haven't found my outfit yet.
Oh, I was going to say, usually it's the shoes, though. We have to focus on the shoes.
I know. Some years I have put my outfit together based on a pair of shoes that I have found.
And?
This year, I'm kind of in between.
Oh,
okay.
Kind of in between.
Okay.
So, yeah.
You're going to just have to come to see the shoes.
Yes, come to see the shoes. Yes. And for the food.
Oh, yes.
The food.
And the messaging. Let's never forget the messaging.
No, never. Love that.
All right, Tracy and Hanan, thank you both for joining me today. I know our listeners learned a lot about you. And is there anything else either one of you would like to say before we sign off for the evening?
No, thank you. Thank you for having us.
Yes. Thank you, Mayor, for inviting us to be on your podcast. It's one thing that I've been looking forward to, and I'm looking forward to your State of the City address and what we have going in 2025.
Thank you very much. Here's to an exciting 2025 full of good things for our community. And thank you so much for joining us today for That's So Auburn.